Hi everyone, Jai Hind and welcome to the platform of StudyIQ IAS in English. Recently I was reading a news that our External Affairs Minister who is on the visit to Caribbean nation, he has gifted the BHISHM cubes to Jamaica. As well as recently Mr. Rajnath who is Defense Minister, he has also gifted the BHISHM cubes to Kyrgyzstan as well. Now, when it comes to BHISHM, so what it is and what they do, we'll be understanding that completely in this complete session along with me. My name is Bhanwarsingh. I'm ex-NDA 115th course and qualified civil services in 2012. Now, when it comes to Project BHISHM, BHISHM is basically, or it stands for Bharat Health Initiative for Sahyog, Hit and Maitri. Now, this concept originated during the Voice of Global South Summit in 2023. And this is basically to address the health crisis that is there in the developing nations. Now, the core logic is that we have to move from the news reporting when it comes to the disaster towards the real-time intervention, as well as it is very important that the Arogya Maitri Cube or the BHISHM Cube as it is known as, it is basically the hardware that is the center of the Project BHISHM. It is modular as well as portable hospital system based on the philosophy that we have, that is Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, or that the world is one complete family, or it is one family that is there. Now, when it comes to the architecture of BHISHM cubes, so over here there is the mini cube that is less than 20 kilograms and it is hand carryable, shock proof as well as waterproof as well. Now, there are 36 of the mini cubes that makes one complete mother cube. Alright, this is a mother cube, and ultimately when combined together, two of the mother cubes, they create the full BHISHM setup that is complete 200 patient capacity field hospital that is made by this. Now, when it comes to the technical capacity or the specification of Arogya Maitri or these BHISHM cubes, so there are total 72 modular cubes. They can be integrated into a functional hospital unit within less than or under 1 hour. Now, this is equipped with the basic operation theatre as well as X-ray, lab test and even its own oxygen generation as well. At the same time, the capacity is that it can treat 200 patients for up to 48 hours in the disaster zone. And very important thing about this Arogya Maitri is that it is AI powered, that there is completely inventory management that is there, and also it is with the fully solar or battery backup for the off-grid operations as well, because it is very important when it comes to the disaster hit region that there is the breakout of, or the the electricity grid is not functioning in those regions. So this has its own solar as well as battery backup. It is lightweight and also it can be carried by the hand. It can be dropped by the drones as well and could be air dropped as well. That had been tested in India as well. Now, when it comes to its trauma management capacity, so you can see that it has, when it comes to the triage and surgical, it can handle 40 bullet wounds, even 25 severe burns and 10 head injuries, spinal trauma and long limb fractures as well. Minor surgical operations can be ready in less than 15 minutes. Also, along with this, there is mini ICU and diagnostics where the ventilators, defibrillators as well as X-ray machine and rapid blood testing equipments, they had been integrated. There is sustainment base as well, which is where there is integrated cooking station, clean food and water supplies, as well as the bio-waste disposal as well as sterilization facilities which are there. Now, the center of this complete cube is the digital nervous system, where there is the hardware base. Along with the hardware base, there is RFID integration where all the inventory, they can be tracked in real time. Also, there is usage logging and automated expiry alerts as well. And when it comes to the dashboard, the complete dashboard is AI powered, where there is complete data analytics that is that is supported in 180 of the global languages for the seamless local operation. Now, when it comes to this complete cubes, all right, the complete setup or the BHISHM cubes that are there, they could be delivered through three means. All right, they could be delivered through the unmanned aerial vehicles. All right, we have the UAVs or the drones. They can also airdrop them. Individual cubes, they can be drone lifted. At the same time, for the high altitude airdrop, the precision para-dropped can be done by the Indian Air Force or the Army, and this was, like I was telling you, this was tested at Agra Malpura drop zone using the bespoke ADRDE parachutes as well. Alright, at the same time, they could be carried by people as well. They are man portable because when it comes to the mini cubes, they are less than 20 kgs and they could be carried to the difficult terrains by the human beings as well. Now over here, it is very important when it comes to saving life that golden hour is the opportunity. If there is the medical intervention that is provided within the golden hour, that is how we can save the lives. And the complete BHISHM cubes, they actually master this global hour. Now what happens is that when the cargo touches the ground, ultimately this is where the complete scenario starts. Alright, modular shelters, they are inflated and erected within 5 minutes. Then there is master cubes which are unlocked, and power and the solar generators, they are activated within the next 8 minutes. Alright. In the next 12 minutes, there is the fully system that is operational. AI inventory, it becomes online. Triage is ready for the 200 casualties. And for the minor surgical stations, they are fully sanitized and ready for the first operation within the 15 minutes. So this complete system gets ready within 15 minutes. That is again very important advantage of this. And like I said, that we are expanding this humanitarian footprint, and when it comes to the conflict zone response, we have already given the 4 of the BHISHM cubes. They were donated during Prime Minister Modi's visit to Kyiv. There is also again 10 cubes had been gifted to Jamaica. Alright, that will bolster the hurricane and earthquake readiness in the region, because this region is frequented by the hurricanes as well as it is in the in the earthquake prone region. Also, when it comes to the 2 sets, they had been gifted to Kyrgyzstan to support the medical readiness in the case of extreme mountainous terrain that is there, and also when it comes to India. So in India also we have 2 units which were deployed for proactive mass event emergency readiness during the or in the Ayodhya as well. So these are where we are moving ahead with the medical diplomacy. Now, when it comes to advantage, so of course it has advantage of mobility and access, that is it reaches the inaccessible regions with swiftly and instantaneously. Alright, at the same time, it has the another advantage, that is its scalability. There is a modular design that expands based on the crisis size. Alright, whatever the crisis size is, on that basis you can use the different cubes, and ultimately it could be scaled up to the 72 cubes model, that is a complete hospital can be set up using these cubes. And also it is self-sufficient because there is built-in power and oxygen bypass that destroys the local infrastructure, because we know when it comes to the humanitarian crisis, so there is the need for the power backup as well as for the oxygen generation as well. But then there is limitation as well, that these cubes had been designed for the triage only. That is, they had been designed for the emergency stabilization, that is for the golden hour, and not for the long-term hospitalization. As well as they require the specifically trained medical as well as logistical personnel to utilize the 12-minute setup that is required, and also it relies on the strict supply chain logistics to maintain the readiness after their deployment as well. So ultimately, when it comes to these the project BHISHM or these cubes which are there, they are very important for the humanitarian aid during the times of the disaster. And India is right now through the medical diplomacy, it is portraying itself as a leader of the global south. Also, in our ancient Indian proverb, there is a saying that Sarve Santu Niramaya, that is, may all be free from the illness, and that is the foreign policy anchor that we have for this. So ultimately, right now, we are going for the global deployment in the Central Asia as well as in the Caribbean nations. In 2027, what we should plan is that there should be joint manufacturing with the G20 partners. In 2028, we must integrate it with the WHO Global Digital Health. And then in 2030, we should be able to establish the health security bloc for the Global South. So this is all in this session. I hope that now you have a complete understanding about the project BHISHM. Alright, if you are preparing for the civil services for 2027-2028, so we know that PubAd is, or public administration is, one of the best optional that you can take. And if you want to take the public administration optional, you can enroll into the batch. The live classes will be starting from 15th of May. And the price is from it starts from 14,999, and you can use, all right, this is not the final price, you can use the code that is BRS Live for the maximum discount that you will get. And even for the GS Foundation, we have resolution P2I batches for 2027 and 2028 batches. Again, for the maximum discount, you can use the code that is BRS Live. So that would be all in this session. I hope that you have now the complete understanding about the project BHISHM. So I will see you in the next video or in the next live session. Till then, take care of yourself, and also do not forget to like, share as well as subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any of the important updates in the future. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care and Jai Hind.